You may have heard that Lexington is exploring the replacement of Lexington High School in partnership with the Massachusetts School Building Authority, or MSBA. The MSBA process is like a marathon. It takes persistence, endurance, and a dedicated program that takes years to achieve. This short video summarizes the first leg of this marathon, which started in 2022 when Lexington was accepted into the MSBA program. We'll show you the opportunity we have to secure about $100 million in MSBA funding for the project, demonstrate the need for a new Lexington High School, show you the values reflected in our educational plan to design a new high school, and provide a timeline of the MSBA process with key dates of approval. Lexington has a rare opportunity to fund a new high school construction project with the MSBA. The MSBA is a state authority that helps local school districts pay for the design and construction of schools. It's competitive and needs-based. When Lexington High School was accepted into the program in 2022, 118 schools applied. Lexington was one of only 17 projects across the Commonwealth selected. The acceptance rate that year was just 14%. The work is tough, but the payoff is significant. By completing the MSBA Marathon, we will unlock about $100 million in grants that won't come out of our local property tax assessments. Upon being selected, we immediately began meeting eligibility requirements, like forming a school building committee of school administrators, town officials, and volunteers. We also selected a project manager and an architect, which, with the school building committee, form our project team. The project team's first job? A feasibility study to determine Lexington's physical and educational needs to deliver a next-generation education for our young people. Lexington submitted a statement of interest to the MSBA to enter into its core program because the high school has reached the end of its useful life. Opened in 1953, the original building quickly became a campus, with significant additions in 1957 and 1965. Lexington High now consists of 12 different buildings, including modular buildings added in 2014 and 2015, the only ways we've dealt with the school's expanding enrollment in the past decade. In its 8 decades of service, Lexington High School has been well maintained, but its outdated design is unsustainable. 12 different buildings consuming vast amounts of resources in the form of both energy costs and maintenance hours. Many of the building systems, like HVAC, plumbing, and electrical, are at the end of their useful lives and are in need of replacement. The campus is also not up to code, with a network of walkways that are not compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act. And Lexington High isn't just physically overcrowded, with small classrooms and poor environmental controls that do not meet the district's program needs. The overcrowding is impacting the quality of our young people's education. The limited access to equipment, power sources, and safety features make it difficult for Lexington High School to maintain its accreditation. The result is an inefficient, unsustainable building, with aging systems in need of replacement and an inadequate space to deliver the type of next-generation education and programming that our community expects and our students deserve. A key step in the MSBA feasibility study is educational visioning from the community to identify the values and priorities that should be reflected in a new Lexington High School. Lexington had already done significant work in this area since 2017, with educational visioning, strategic planning, and a facilities master plan for the entire town. For a new high school, we also convened students, staff, administrators, town officials, and volunteers from the community to organize input and feedback in a series of visioning sessions. Their work went to the school building committee to create an educational plan in May 2024. It's a 112-page document that will guide designers in their development of site plans and schematics for a new high school. This educational plan includes considerations for the physical grounds, a safe, comfortable space that integrates the environment outside and inside, fosters collaboration, and makes use of the best technology. An enrollment capacity that accounts for Lexington's growth, authorized by the MSBA at 2,395 students. Dedicated spaces to support inclusion, English language learners, students with special needs, the METCO program, school counseling, nursing, and to welcome new families. As well as customized spaces for academic disciplines like humanities, art, math, and science, centered on collaboration and technology. Creation space for fine and performing arts, and integrated space for physical education and wellness. A library that serves not just as a media center and STEM space, but as a centralized learning commons for collaborative learning. and a family welcome center to serve all newcomers to Lexington Public Schools. All designed in a sustainable way to achieve LEED Gold Net Zero certification, using the best practices of renewable energy and waste reduction. The first leg of Lexington's MSBA Marathon began with a statement of interest in 2021. This feasibility study period started with the assessment of existing conditions and continued with listening and visioning sessions to create an educational plan that envisions what a new Lexington High School could deliver. The project team took this educational plan as guidance to develop 20 different potential site plans, which include options for addition and/or new construction. This first leg concludes when the School Building Committee votes for its preferred solution November 12th, a single site plan which the MSBA must approve. If the MSBA authorizes the project to move forward, the project team and building committee begin the second leg of the MSBA Marathon, schematic design. This is where site details, building design, and renderings become detailed enough to produce a project scope and budget estimate, with hard numbers on the total cost of the project, as well as determining the portions that would be paid for with MSBA grant money and with local tax dollars. This second leg of the MSBA Marathon concludes and can only move forward with approval from the Lexington community. We anticipate a town meeting vote in late 2025 to ask for approval of the project scope and budget, followed by a town election to vote on a debt exclusion to finance the project. If approved, the third leg of the marathon includes final design, bidding, and construction. Depending on which solution our school building committee selects, the project will be complete anywhere from 2029 to 2032. In Lexington Public Schools, our vision is joy in learning, curiosity in life, and compassion in all we do. And we want the Lexington High School building project to reflect this vision. Your participation and feedback in this process is vital to our success. We've set up 4 ways to stay involved. You can find them at the Lexington High School Building Project website. Navigate to the Learn More section to sign up for Parent Square to communicate with the district. Anyone in Lexington can enroll, even if you don't have a student in the system. Get agenda and text alerts about upcoming meetings and other project updates. And use the Contact Us section to contact the School Building Committee with your questions or concerns.